Okay. If you've ordered our diamond tip microdermabrasion machine, you'll get 2 boxes. One box has the tips and wands like this. You can see here it describes each of the tips. There's 9 tips in total, 2 wands, and some filters. These filters go in between the tip and the wand to filter out the skin from getting into the machine. Just show that real quick. So if we cut one of these tips, just put the filter in there, then you put the wand on, there we go. Then put the wand on like this, and there you go. Replacement filters are very cheap and they come in quantities of 500. So you should probably just reuse filters every time, or in other words, just use them one time. And then you can just replace each time and get plenty of new ones very easily online. So anyway, this is your basic tool set for the machine. Just leave it like that for now. Okay, so this is box number 1. And the second box is the machine itself. That's this here. It comes with a lot of stuff. You've got tips, filters, sorry, for the tips. Filters for the tips. You've got some cables, power supply, air filters, tool hose. You have 2 sprayers. What's called an accessories tray. This is to hold all your tools while you're working. And you have the main machine here. Just a second. Alright, there we go. So this is the main machine. Okay, why don't we pause for a second and let me get this powered up. Okay, I forgot to mention 2 things. Number 1, this package here holds 2 vacuum wands. They're glass tubular wands for suction. I just didn't want to open this up. And then of course I forgot we had this in the box still. The instruction book is really good. It doesn't tell you everything you need to know, but gives you some ideas about what kind of patterns you can use on your face, more information about the tips, and then for the model we're looking at now, does have some basic instructions on which ports belong to which accessory. And that's what we're going to look at some more here. So I got my power supply ready. I got a power strip back there. So this is a universal voltage product, so it'll work anywhere in the world. So all we need to do is plug this in here, just like a laptop computer, plug this into the wall and we're ready. So I'll do that in a minute. I wanted to show the accessories a little bit more. You see there's 2 different colored cables here, and they belong to the sprayers. The idea is one sprayer will just have basic water, and you could use either the red or black, your choice, and it gets hooked up like this. One end there, one end into the sprayer, and then the water comes out here with a fine mist. You could also, if you like, use some water with some mineral oil or something like that mixed in. Got that on really good. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then you would use the other color cable to kind of keep yourself informed about what you're doing, and then you could hook it up, and that way you have a pre-treatment spray, which maybe is your mineral oil water, and then your after-treatment spray would just be plain water. So that's what this port is for, and that's what the sprayers and the colored cables are for. Or hose, I should say. And then we got our regular hose for the diamond tip wand. So let's actually get the wand out now first, before I plug it in. And let's see, I'll use the one I did before that has a filter in it, so we don't have to do any extra work. So we got the tip with the filter, we got the wand. Now, the large filters go in here. I've already placed one in, as you can see. Okay, so it goes in here. So, and as I was saying before, especially for the small filters, but even think the big filters, just replace them after every use. It makes the machine run more efficiently, keeps your face cleaner. You know, many benefits replacing the filters regularly, and they are pretty cheap to buy in large quantity when you need more. So don't worry about the cost on that. And then hose here. While I'm getting the hose, you can see the machine. We're almost, finished setting up. It's pretty easy to get started. It says output here, right, which is the output for the diamond tips. The intensity, which will be the suction intensity of the vacuum for the diamond tips, and spray as well. It's better to start, at the lower end, figure out what works for you, and then move it up as you need. If you go all the way to the max, it's very strong suction. It's hard to glide the wand freely over your skin if you have the max on for most people. So you start at a low level, you see how the suction feels, how easily the wand moves across your face, and if it's going too fast or you don't feel like it's doing enough abrasion, then you can always, turn up the intensity. That started at a low level. Okay, out of here. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. So this one end is here. Alright, there we go. Perfect. The other end goes on your wand. And tip on. Okay, and I'm going to plug it in, and we're ready to start. There, plug this guy in. Yep. Okay, great. So it's powered, ready to go. I should mention, you can see there's some O-rings, a section of hose, and an air filter. Kind of looks like the air filter from your car. Since I'm really not going to be doing any true skin work right now, I'm not going to put this in. But especially when you first start your treatment, if you have a lot of area you're going to cover, or a lot of blemishes, acne, dead skin, scars you're going to take care of, then you want to use these at first. Make sure you don't clog up any of your equipment. Later on, as everything is more fine, your face is more smooth, and you have less work to take care of, you probably won't need to use them anymore. It's just, maybe for the first month that you'll probably be using these, but then after that you won't. So this goes, in this hose here. Okay, here we go. Alright. Oops, sorry. So it's on, right? Now you can see, not a lot of suction actually, just a little bit. You can see, turn it up. Stronger. Oh yeah. Right. And the max. Yeah, really strong. So, you basically, if this is your face, right? You're just moving it across the face, trying to get, it's too much suction. It's hard to move smoothly. So down a little bit. A little bit better. Alright, and that's all you're doing. You're just moving it across the face. Like it shows in the book, certain patterns depending on what kind of skin blemish you're trying to abrade, then there'd be just some different pattern you can try. Yeah, and even has some recommended times as far as how long and how many days you may need to do it to get the results you're after. So here we go. You can see up, down, side to side, up, down, side to side, depending on what parts of the body. The face, or the arms, legs, that kind of thing. I'm just kind of showing you how it works. Okay? And you may need to play with the different tips to see which one works for you. There's different grits, if you want to call it, like sandpaper. There's different grits of these tips here, and maybe a fine grit is not good for you. Maybe you need a rougher grit at the beginning. So you can try the different tips to see which one works best for your condition. And that's basically it. And when you're done, take it back apart, and you throw away the filters. There we go. Ooh, okay. And reuse new ones next time. That's pretty much it. I did not show the sprayers though. It's a little complicated for me to do now, but basically what most people like to do is they'll spray before start, you might do a light spray, like I mentioned, with some water with a little oil of some kind. Spray it across the face to get it exfoliated, we'll say. Or not exfoliated, but get it easier to move across the face with a wand. And then when they're finished, they'll use their other spray of plain water to clean themselves off. That'd be your second one. You don't have to do it that way. You could just use plain water the whole time. You could not wash your face before you do it if you don't really need to, or if you already just use soap and water in the shower, that'll be fine too. And again, you can use soap and water just at the sink afterwards to do it too. But it does come with these accessories, trying to help make this easier for you, especially if maybe you run a spa or beauty clinic where your customer can't do the washing face routine before or after, and you can do it right at your workstation. Do the spray before and the spray after. So if you're going to run a business using this machine has some definite advantage for you. So that's it. We'll try to do another video in the future and maybe actually work it on somebody, but this was a last minute thing. Just showing you the basics on how it runs. Email us back if you have any questions.